In this video, we're going to look at topic 72, example 2, relate factors to zeros of a function. The graph shows the function defined by y equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. So this is the graph of that function. They've already got it graphed, and they've labeled the zeros. So we have this negative 4, 0 here and 2, 0. So it's where it crosses the x-axis. How do the zeros, which are the negative 4, 0 and 2, 0, of the function relate to the factors of the expression x squared plus 2x minus 8. All right, so this x squared plus 2x minus 8, when they're asking for the factors, what we want to do is that factor sum chart from the previous video. So we want factors of negative 8 that have a sum of a positive 2. So factors of negative 8 that have a sum of 2. Now we have a negative 8 here, so we need to be careful using positives and negatives. Factors of negative 8, again, I recommend listing all of them, and then as you get better at this, you can start kind of, I don't want to say call them shortcuts, but you can start skipping some of the factors once you get better. So we have potentially 1 and negative 8, negative 1 and positive 8, 2 and negative 4, negative 2 and 4, and that's going to be it, right? Nothing else will multiply to get 8. So I want to add these up. This would be negative 7, which clearly does not work. This is positive 7, also does not work. 2 plus negative 4 would be negative 2. So I have the right number, but the wrong sign. So negative 2, 4, that's a positive 2, that checks out. So these two are going to be the factors I want to use. So that tells me that this, when factored into two binomials, would be x minus 2 and x plus 4. Okay, what they're asking in this problem is, how do the zeros of a function relate to the factors of the expression? Well, in the next video or the video after that, we're going to start solving these as if they were equations. And what we're going to find is that the factors match up to the zeros pretty well. Okay, they're very closely tied together. What you'll see is that here we have this x minus 2, right? We had a factor of negative 2. Well, the 0 is a positive 2. Here we had a factor of a positive 4. This 0 was a negative 4. All right, so what's going to happen, and you'll see this work out pretty nicely as we go through these problems, the factors are pretty much going to be the opposite signs of the zeros. So this here, again, negative 2, 4, what that'll tell me is that my solutions, or my zeros, are going to wind up being a positive 2 and a negative 4. And again, in the next video, you'll see in a little bit more detail why that actually happens. But that's how they're related. The factors that we get when factoring an expression will be very closely related to those zeros. That's it for this video. Just kind of an introduction of factoring and comparing zeros.